are new, we are Vernon and Maryana. We currently live in North Italy and we do little adventures throughout Europe. And today we're going to be celebrating my birthday at a really nice restaurant that Vernon found. We're in Prosecco Road Hills, so it's kind of like North Italy's, what would you compare it to, like Tuscany?
Yeah, it's really, really beautifully aesthetic. There's a lot of like charming little towns and stuff like that. There's a lot of rolling hills and wineries.
Even before we had the food in the restaurant, we already fell in love with the decor. We love all the farm animals everywhere, and it honestly looks like someone's grandma decorated this cozy restaurant.
So the restaurant that we're in right now, we're in a really unexpected situation because we came into the restaurant, and I guess we're a little early. We're usually pretty early here in Italy. And they invited us to come down to the cellar and just wander around. It almost feels like you're in this labyrinth of wine rooms.
It's my favorite kind.
Yeah, this is really, really cool. So the guy told us that the owner of this place is like 4th generation. We're just gonna have a wander around and see what we can find in this really interesting dark basement.
It just keeps going. Whatever I churn, there's like a new room. And honestly, if I ever become rich, this is the thing I will have in my house. A giant like cellar, just thousands of bottles. And I do mean like thousands of bottles of wine. I don't know if I'll ever drink it in my lifetime, but you know what? I'll be surrounded by the thing I love, wine. And Vernon. You're there too.
I guess I'm a close second.
The owner of the place definitely has a very, very good cognac taste. Some of these are older than our parents. Can you even drink cognac when it's aged? I don't know.
I wouldn't want to find out. I'm not a huge cognac person anyway.
If you're ever wondering about the bottle sizes of alcohol, wine in Italy, so this is what the kids drink. And as you get older, you move up the ladder. I'm just kidding, clearly. I don't think any one person can drink. How many liters is that? That's gotta be like 30 liters.
That's only for the most experienced alcoholics.
Oh my God. Even Eastern Europeans couldn't handle that. Maybe this one.
They couldn't handle it, but they could try.
Cheers. She said this is the 3rd biggest collection of wine in Italy.
In any restaurant. She's over, what did she say, over 3,000 different bottles?
Yep.
We're not quite close, but we're trying to get there with our little basement set up. I think we've got like 30 different bottles of wine.
Like 60 maybe.
So we're like 1/100th of the size, we're gonna get there soon.
As we're getting a tour of the cellar and the amazing wine collection, let me just show you how nice the hospitality in Italy is. We got the Prosecco and we got amazing, the smell of these is amazing. Like little bites like with hummus, and they're like the cottage cheese, and everything's produced locally. I think this is the Frico, and the presentation on this is amazing. I don't know why, like whenever you have stuff in cute bowls, I know it just tastes so much better. If it looks cute, it tastes better. And we have, of course, fritto misto, which is like just fried calamari, which Vernon loves.
Oh my God. It's the only way to eat fish. I'm not a huge fan of fish, but this is acceptable.
This was really nice. Mm-hmm. This was definitely a very unique restaurant. Not a lot of Italian restaurants here have something like this, so we were definitely blown away because we weren't expecting something like this. I had to put Vernon in timeout because he drank all my wine. We were exploring and I found even a picture of my mom. Just kidding. But on the other side, I found a well, so an actual deep well, so it was time to kind of wrap up and head upstairs to actually enjoy the food.
Okay, so one of the things that's really, really strange, and I don't think we've ever seen at a restaurant before, my menu has prices, but Maryana's doesn't. And we think that might be intentional because it's expected that the guy's gonna pay for the whole thing. So if you notice here, you can see on the side here, my menu has the prices, and then her menu.
Nothing. I'll share the other page, so I'm not BSing.
Well, they also handed me the wine menu, so I guess that's a responsibility on me to pick the wine. Hopefully with a place like this that has 3,000 bottles of wine, we're not gonna screw that up.
We are starting with another appetizer, you could say. So this is Frico with creme brulee, and it's called Welcome to the Kitchen. It looks tiny, but we have like probably 20 of these coming, so you won't be hungry.
I wanna see how welcome we feel. Doesn't taste like any creme brulee I've ever had. But then again, the creme brulee that I've had probably comes from the grocery store, so what do I know?
Yeah, I made you creme brulee before. Let's see if Vernon made the right choice with wine. Very delicious. And I might say this a lot, that it's very delicious or something's very good. But we do a lot of research and like do a lot of work to find cool places to go to and show you guys. So that's why everything we eat is very good. So subscribe.
We've actually done a really good job at finding places, and it's in Italy where we live. It's actually kind of hard to find bad places. All right, so I don't know what this dish is called, but it looks like if mushrooms got all dressed up in a tuxedo and they went somewhere fancy, that's basically what this is. I'm not a huge fan of mushrooms. It still kind of tastes like mushrooms, but I'll make an exception for this.
Amberjack with cheese?
Are we supposed to eat these?
Eat it. Eat it.
No, are you supposed to eat that?
Yes, everything's edible.
God. I can't tell if this is a garnish or not.
We clearly don't go to these places often.
It tastes like fresh cut grass.
Oh my god. We ordered way too much. I love the tasting menu, but it always ends up being so much food. Don't underestimate the tasting menu. Even though we had the menu in English, we didn't really read what it was or how many plates it was. We just kind of went with what the tasting menu is and whatever the chef recommends. So we had no idea where we were eating, what the ingredients were. So these are our actual reactions, but the food was incredible. Don't let the small portions of these tasting menus fool you. Trust me, midway through, you will be extremely full. Even after all that food, you will always have room for dessert, or one or two or three in this case.
Holy shit, what the hell is that? This shit is all... Is that one thing, or is it like four
It's one
things?
thing. We're not classy enough for these types of places.
I can't even scoop this shit off the... Look at this.
I feel like this is going to end up on the ceiling. We're never going to come back to one of these restaurants.
Oh my god.
Sometimes half the struggle is trying to figure out how to eat some of these meals properly. We had so much food that I literally had to ask the lady after the third dessert if we were done. And she kind of hesitantly said, like, yeah, you're done unless you want something extra. We are so full that we're gonna go walk around a monastery to burn off some calories.
I don't even remember the second dessert. So let's see if we can repent for all the food that we ate.
It's worth it. One of our favorite things about living in Italy is the fact that you can go after a beautiful meal to an abbey like this that's dating back to the 12th century and literally have it all to yourself. There was not a single soul inside. And yes, the abbey was open. It was just not that busy at the time we went, but it was just beautiful. Doesn't this remind you of Tuscany? Like we just magically teleported to the middle of Italy?
Yeah, but even in Tuscany, there aren't many places that have this level of like serenity and calm and peacefulness. Even on a Saturday, you would think that a lot of people would be out. It's summertime, but it's just quiet.
It's extremely quiet, yeah. How Italy has so many like beautiful, interesting, stunning places to see that have nobody besides him. One of the things we do to celebrate our birthdays is kind of like a tradition we started, is that we don't just celebrate a birthday on one day, we kind of do almost like a birthday week of celebrations. So my actual birthday was on Saturday, June 29th, but we kind of started the celebration, you could say, on Tuesday/Wednesday. This was one of the bars we went to, I think back in 2019, the first time we lived in Italy, and we somehow never managed to come back here and visit again. And we love this place because of the view you get from the back patio. In the summer especially, it is super nice because it's honestly like 10 or 15 degrees cooler, but look at the views. The river and the water is a little loud, so I decided to remove the audio, but this place is super cozy and their drink menu is very, very extensive. One of the other things we really wanted to showcase on our channel is to show real life Italy, where locals go to kind of like stuff outside just the big typical Italian cities, which most people know Italy for. This is one of our favorite towns in the local area, and to me this town always represents, when you think of Italy and you think of those like old charming towns, in my mind it's Polcenigo. This town is just perfect. It's got everything from the little Italian cozy charm to the cobblestone streets, the river, the bars, the restaurants, the church, the castle. So much history. And did I mention the food? That's not to say we won't be traveling to a lot of the other bigger towns, because there's still a ton of big cities we need to see, especially in the south of Italy. So definitely stay tuned for that, because there's going to be a lot of Italy adventures, a lot of local adventures, and a lot of European and possibly even more international adventures. Did you know that in the summer it's the Italian law that you need to have at least one gelato a day? I mean, I wish it was a law. I mean, I'm definitely not breaking it, but I just kind of wanted to show some of the flavors and how the gelato looks outside of the big towns and what you can expect in terms of flavor. So for 2 scoops in a cup, I think I paid about €2.10. And the gelato in these small towns, oh my God, it's never disappointing. I think some of the worst gelato I've ever had was definitely in Venice, so stay away from that. For once, we actually had a beautiful sunset and no rain, so we decided to explore Polcenigo some more, take a bunch of photos, and just enjoy the night. To see the photos, definitely make sure to follow us on Instagram. Now let us take you to one of our favorite seafood restaurants in a local area. We really wanted to sit outside and enjoy this view, but unfortunately the weather this summer in Italy has just not been the best. We were having some Aperol Spritz and watching soccer when it just literally out of nowhere started to rain on us. But the most important thing, the TV and the alcohol was safe, so we just all went back to watching soccer. So even though the restaurant is open, the kitchen doesn't open until 7 p.m. and this is a very normal thing in Italy. A place might be open, but the actual kitchen for food will not be open, so you will have to wait. Comment down below, what is your favorite Italian dish? I think for me, my all-time favorite has to be pasta carbonara. For Vernon, it's definitely the Florentine steak. For my dish, I went with the trout tasting, which was incredible. Vernon had the branzino fish with poppy seeds and a bunch of pasta. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and definitely stay tuned for the next one for the grand finale lunch that we're gonna do for my birthday, because you don't want to miss that.